does not let his thoughts go beyond his situation, which would mean that he simply would be present as he is, not being responsible to something out there that's going to tell him how to be responsible or what he should do, but upon the instant that he is always responsible. His thoughts, he simply does not let his thoughts go beyond his situation. That goes back to that word negation. Because if he won't let his thoughts go beyond his situation, he's negated the possibility for their doing so.
Yes.
Hasn't he?
Quite.
Yes. Oh, yes, I see that. The reason that I'm referring to these other quotations is because if what you're saying is true, and if what they say is true, quite without respect to how they're understood or not understood, then there must be something in common here. And I realize that your emphasis is practical, eminently practical, upon the act. But it does seem to me to be of great value if one could converse, commune with the great literatures, which have so many statements in them that complain about the fact that they're not understood. I see that as a great gain.
Sir, I have not read any books, any literature in the sense.
Yes, I understand.
In that sense. Suppose there is no book in the world.
Problem is the same.
Problem is the same.
Of course, of course.
There is no leader, no teacher, nobody to tell you do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. You are there. You feel totally, completely responsible.
Right. Yes.
Then you have to have an astonishingly active, clear brain. And not befuddled, not puzzled, not bewildered. You must have a mind that thinks clearly. And you cannot think clearly if you are rooted in the past. You are merely continuing, modified perhaps, through the present to the future. That's all. So, from that arises the question, what is the responsibility in human relationship?
Yes, now we're back to relationship.
Because that is the basic foundation of life. Relationship, that is to be related, to be in contact with.
We are presently related. This is what is.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, what is human relationship? If I feel totally responsible, how does that responsibility express in relationship? To my children, if I have children, to my family, to my neighbor, whether the neighbor is next door or 10,000 miles away, is still my neighbor. So what is my responsibility? What is the responsibility of a man who feels totally, completely involved in this feeling of being a light to himself and totally responsible? I think this is a question, sir, that has to be investigated.
Yes, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that only a person responsible, as you have said it, can make what we call in our tongue a clean decision.
Of course, of course.
So many decisions are frayed,
Sir, I would like to ask this. Is there a decision at all? Decision implies choice.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Choice implies a mind that's confused between this and that.
It means, I think, radically to make a cut, to cut off.
Yes, but a mind that sees clearly has no choice. It doesn't decide. It acts.
Yes. Doesn't this take us back to this word negation again?
Yes, of course.
Might it not be that a clean decision could be interpreted in terms of what takes place at this point of negation?
Yes.
From which flows a different
But
action.
I don't like to use that word decision. Because the deciding between this and that.
You don't want to use it because of the implications in it of conflict.
Conflict.
I see.
Choice. We think we are free because we choose. We can choose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is a mind free that is capable of choice? Or is a mind that is not free that chooses? The choice implies between this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Now, which means the mind doesn't see clearly, and therefore there is choice. A choice exists when there is confusion.
Yes.
Mind that sees clearly, there is no choice. It is doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think this is where we've got into rather trouble when we say we are free to choose. Choice implies freedom. I say on the contrary. Choice implies a mind that's confused and therefore not free.
What occurs to me now is the difference between regarding freedom as a property or quality of action rather than a state.
Oh,
yes, but we have the notion that freedom is a state,
no.
a condition, which is quite different from the emphasis that you're leading me into.
That's right.
Yes.
So let's come back to this thing, sir, which is, what is the responsibility of a human being who feels this sense of in relationship? Because relationship is life. Relationship is the foundation of existence. Relationship is absolutely necessary, otherwise you can't exist. Relationship means cooperation. Everything is involved in that one word. Relation means love and generosity and all that's implied. Now, what is